All right, today we're talking about pad holding, the ins and outs, just basics all the way through some more advanced techniques, just to make it more fluid when you're holding pads for you and your partner. All right, so today we're talking about pad holding. So maybe you've been training for a little while and you're trying to learn how to hold pads. It can seem kind of overwhelming. It's like it's almost its own martial art, if you will. Something that I like to tell the students is to just keep it simple and keep your partner moving. None of us like to get that big long paragraph of text out of the middle of nowhere, so we don't like to do that here. We like to keep it real simple, okay? Sometimes, especially if I've been training with someone for a while, I can do almost entire pad rounds without saying really many words at all. Maybe double this or give me two, something like that. But a lot of it should be kind of visual, okay? So I'm working with Dom here, okay? If I just show him the jab, I don't necessarily have to say jab every time. He just knows, right? Same thing with most of our singles. He knows kind of what I'm looking for just by the look of it, okay? On the same side of that, if you're Dom in this position and I hold for the knee, this is just kind of a target. This can be right knee, it can be left knee. Nothing is really wrong there. Sometimes some pad holders hold a certain way and they really want this or really want that, but as a fighter, if you're hitting pads, hit it. Hit whatever is kind of efficient, hit whatever makes sense to you, okay? Again, on not stopping in the middle of the round and going, 3, roll, low kick, blah, 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 blah. Like no one really has time to process all that information. If you want to build up to a nice big combo, do it one little chunk at a time, okay? So I can say to Dom, 3 low, good. Check the kick at the end, return, 3 low, okay? So instead of trying to say that whole long string sentence all at once, just start it with one thing at a time. I could have even started that combination with jab. Good, put a cross on the end, put a hook on the end. That term at the end is, or add this to that. Those are really good little verbs and little good, what's the word in grammar? It doesn't matter. Those are just really good phrases to use to, like I said, keep your partner moving instead of kind of complicating things and making them a little bit more elaborate, okay? So when it comes to holding for kicks, kind of people will hold it differently. The way that I've been doing it for a long time is I just kind of keep my elbows in and I'm pulling these close corners of the pads together, okay? That way they make one nice solid wall, all right? For the fighter, you want to just make sure you're trying to wrap your toes around the edge of the far pad, okay? If I'm gonna show Dom this left kick, I'm just gonna kind of cant to the side, roughly 45 degrees, okay? Sometimes I see people like way over here. That's kind of an awkward angle for Dom. So I'm just gonna give him roughly, not straight on, but just slightly to the side so he can kick. Good, good. When I'm showing for a kick, I can just literally say up, because again, this is already like kind of a visual representation, kind of a visual green light, if you will, of I want the left kick. Go. Good, good. If I want, I can say, you know, put a 1-2 in front of it. Good. Put a cross hook behind it. So these simple little phrases I can build off of just little tiny chunks, and I can say in front of something, behind something, or put this at the end, or, you know, let's start it with a block, you know, or a lot of times I'll just say off the block. So I'll give Dom, say cross hook low. Boom, good, good. Let's do it off of a block. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, 1-2, block. Good, the whole thing together. Okay, put a teep at the end. Okay, like I said, it's way easier to create these combinations and to keep your fighter moving and get them kind of flowing nice and easy, just one simple thing at a time. Okay, even if you have this big long combination or technique in your head that you want to do, just start it in little chunks and try and piece it together. Sometimes it starts from the middle, sometimes it starts from the end or the beginning, but it's just kind of on you to build it kind of Lego style. Another really, really big important thing that I like to stress at class is the belly pad is always on green light. It's always, always on. So, you know, if Dom doesn't like me stepping in at a certain moment, he can always teep, boom, he can always do that, or he can even fake it and go knee, boom, yeah. That's always there. The belly pad's a green light. He doesn't necessarily have to wait for me to call for the teep, call for the teep. Same thing with punches, you know. Maybe he likes a hook to the body and I flash him the cross, he can do that, okay. Obviously, if your pad holder isn't ready for it, maybe just tap it. You don't have to bury that punch 1000%, but get used to like seeing the body after other shots, after kicks, after punches to the head. So it's also important to remember when we're holding pads that we're simulating combat, and never in a fight are Dom and I just gonna stand right in front of each other with our feet stuck in quicksand, feet stuck in the mud, and we're just gonna throw combinations at each other, rock'em sock'em style, right? We're gonna move around. Double jab, boom, boom. And even when he's like waiting for me to call for the next thing, we're just kind of moving. 1, 2, boom, boom. Maybe he wants a circle left. Yeah, maybe he finds his own teep again. Circle to the right, okay? Cross hook low. Teep, 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 teep. So something that I like to use a lot when I'm holding pads for my fighters is I just give them simple directions, left and right. Literally just like air traffic control. Whoop, boom, good. Whoop, boom. Making sure Dom's getting off the center line. He's in a good athletic position for whatever strikes, whatever combinations could come next, okay? And then I'm also checking footwork and foot position, making sure no one's stepping behind themselves or over themselves and stuff like that. But that's a really, really good thing to get into the habit of, is keep both of you moving the whole time. I'm moving, even when I'm not calling, even when he's not hitting, we still gotta keep moving the whole time and keep it nice and real, nice and organic. Good, good. Okay, nice job. So we've established kind of some basics of just how to hold, how to call for things, and how to just kind of visually and audibly call for techniques and combinations. When it comes to the next step of adding some offense and defense, meaning as a pad holder, I'm throwing punches, I'm throwing kicks at my fighter, you want to keep in mind, especially when you're starting out the first couple of reps, you want to set them up for success, okay? I'm not trying to like trick my fighter into me landing punches and landing kicks on him. Later on, when we're like in camp and it's hardcore, then yeah, I'm gonna kind of come after them a little bit. But for your average or for your kind of everyday pad session, like I said, you want to set them up for success, okay? So say I'm trying to get them used to seeing this low kick, right? Jab. I'll tell them and I'll show them. Check. Okay. Never do I load up a low kick that obvious and that big, but I want Dom to see it nice and slow, nice and easy. That way, when I do it in the middle of something, 1, 2, he's already kind of ready for it, okay? And then we can build off of that defense. He can check, he can counter with kicks, he can counter with punches, okay? Same thing up top, 1, 2, I'll tell him block the punch, or I'll tell him block the hook, or I'll just simply say cover up. Cover up is kind of covers all your blocks, covers, whatever you want to call it, okay? Boom, cross hook, okay? That way when we start to speed it up and we start to move a little bit more real, a little bit more organically, that hook's gonna be there, or that block is gonna be there a little bit easier for him, okay? Like I said, it does neither of us any good if I'm like, cross, boom. So always try and set your fighter up for success and make each other look good. All right, thanks you guys for watching. I hope this helps your pad holding. It's a super important tool that's gonna make you and your partners a lot better with your Muay Thai.